Hello. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I just wanted to touch base with the general public here from the Crow Tribe. Today there was a closed session, special session, and based on the COVID-19 predicament that we're in, they closed the meeting to the general public. I think a lot of us have masks and gloves, and we could have wore those too to the meeting if there was proper notice given prior to the special session today. Well, just to get to the root of why I'm coming on to give you an update on this special session. Basically, what happened today was the chairman, AJ Not Afraid, made a request to the legislative branch to basically rob Peter to pay Paul. And what the request was is to the land buyback monies that we receive annually. From my understanding, that money is already set aside for purchases we set it aside for land purchase and economic development, but that money was already earmarked for different purchases, such as the Hairpin Curvy to pay for those purchases, such as the store, Yellowtail Market, the Battlefield Express, and other economic developments, such as the Black Lodge Community Center, the different areas in the districts that utilize that money. That was what it was set up for. And so right now, AJ came to the legislative branch making a request, him and his attorney Pierre Ramos. As we all know, Pierre Ramos was caught in a situation with another tribe and tribes to where there was some fraud that occurred in the amount of $5 million, is from what we understand. But yet he's representing the tribe in certain economic ventures and the chairman in these areas of tribal law with economic development. So right now the tribe basically what they ended up doing was hang on here, I gotta get on here real quick to the what they ended up doing was they hang tight here. They took money from the land buyback monies, and they basically the executive branch got a big chunk of it, the legislative branch got a big chunk of it, and they basically took that money and split it up amongst themselves, and then they let me see here. Hang on here. Hang tight. Trying to find my messages here. Okay, the amounts that were passed in legislation today was It was for 75%. They basically said would be paid back. First and foremost, I don't even know if you can get that COVID money and pay it back. I mean, I'm on the White House calls. I'm on the land. I'm on the Department of Interior calls. I'm on the Intergovernmental Affairs with the White House calls, and a lot of this money that's supposed to come in is supposed to come in for a purpose. And there's after action accounting on these monies of what it's supposed to be doing. If it's going to a purpose, if it's going to whatever is the purpose, pertaining to the pandemic right now. And so right now, basically, this Pierre Ramos and Chairman Not Afraid came in, and they stated that they were going to use this money and take it from the land purchase, and when the COVID-19 fund money comes in, they were gonna pay it back to the land purchase, the land buyback money. That in itself is a red flag. I don't even know if that could be done because of the after action accounting, that this money, when it comes in, it's supposed to go to certain areas such as masks, gloves, PPE, all of these different things that might arise during the time of that our tribe will need these very important these expenses that have to occur at that time, and a lot of it is unknown at this time. As you know, we have checkpoints, and we have things like that, but right now we have no idea of basically, we don't even know what the tribe's been doing for the people. I mean, the districts haven't received any PPE by themselves. I don't see any. Nobody's delivering any, needs, to the districts and to our elders. I see a lot of goodwill from folks such as Seven Bison Consulting, Emerson and his group with Darren O'Kyle and Sean Backbone and their crew there, and as well as Peggy White and others feeding the people, and that's very much appreciated. And so right now, this they basically are saying that they're going to get 75% what they're going to pay it back. So they don't even know how much they're going to get. First and foremost, you got to remember, we're in a position right now where this administration has lost so many programs and mismanaged so much money because of the mismanagement. They lost programs, and right now, what an average tribe should be getting from this COVID-19 stimulus fund money, we might not even be qualified for. And that's the facts. I mean, that's the plain facts. I hate to say it that way, but that's what's going on because of the mismanagement and the lack of leadership that's going on right now in our own tribe. And so for them to try to borrow money from the COVID-19 funds, and they don't even know how much they're going to get, and then turn around and say I'm going to pay 75% of that money back when they don't even when it's an unknown, they don't even know how much money they're going to get. So how much money is 75% payback? So right now they gave themselves $825,000 to the executive branch, $100,000 goes to the legislative branch, and $75K for funeral purchases or funeral expenses and the different expenses there for loved ones. And so they're dealing with that, and so my question here is how do we even know how much we're going to get? Right now that's happening, and so that was passed today. What was also on the table today was Chairman Not Afraid and Pierre Ramos came in and submitted some legislation to purchase Black Butte mine in Wyoming, and the Decker coal mine in southeastern Montana, right next to the former Spring Creek mine, and they put in for that, and right now, from my understanding, that never even made it into committee. So that's like new legislation. So how can new legislation make it into the procedure? And the constitutional procedure is that any new form of legislation that comes in has to have a 15-day waiting period in committee, or even longer than that. 15 days is the minimum. So when it comes in, they have to wait that time before they can even bring it to the floor for any kind of special session or quarterly session. So in this case here, for them to look at trying to buy Black Butte Coal Mine and Decker Coal Mine, first of all, we don't even have any money. I mean, the chairman doesn't have any money to pay for his employees. He doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have money for that. He doesn't have any money to pay any of his expenses right now. That's why he had to go and borrow from the land buyback. So how are we going to go into Wyoming and buy a mine? How are we going to go into southeast Montana and buy Decker Coal Mine? And how's that going to happen? I mean, that first of all, that has to go to the people. The legislative branch, I believe, I hope that they call Rule 20. From what I understand, they're taking it back to committee, and in that process, I hope they take it. I hope that when they take it to committee, they take it to the people, take it to the districts, so that they can have this discussion. We don't want another that last situation we had with the oil company that Chairman Not Afraid brought in. And nobody trusted it, and it failed. It failed on its face. Now this situation here, we're trying to buy these mines, and I sit on the National Coal Council, and I know the situation that's going on with these mines. Right now, Lighthouse Resources is in they're having to let these go. They're in a situation right now where they don't have the funds to continue with these coal mines because of the loss in revenue in these mines. They've lost a lot of money here, and so right now the situation that we have here is that we have a chairman that's getting ready for re-election, and he's trying to knock the ball out of the park on this one, when in all reality, we're getting put in a position where we're not going to be able to come out of this. And in order to try to get this money, what his proposal was, between him and his attorney, Pierre Ramos, they came in and they stated that they wanted to mortgage track one. They wanted to mortgage track one, and then that they wanted to get money from the track one coal lease in the Arcedage Strip, and they wanted to extract money from that and then purchase these mines right now. Right now, we're in a situation at Sarpy right now where we're roughly at about 1.8 million tons right now. We've lost tonnage, and we don't have enough. This next per cap, it might be rough, and so we're in a situation right now. We went from close to 7 million ton average a year. Now we're down to like 1.8, maybe 1.7, around there. So for them to try to mortgage a property and extract the value out of that property, so then that way they can go buy some other properties, is kind of insane at this time and moment right now with the downturn in the market right now. If you look at the market right now, you go on TV, you look at the market, the oil industry is having a heck of a time. The gas companies are having a heck of a time. LNG, LPG, everything is having a hard time. Coal is having a hard time. They've been having a hard time. So right now, I would love us to go into something like this, but there's other avenues to get money to go after these these coal mines. And then again, when we do go after these coal mines, we have to have established offtake agreements, so then that way we can go ahead and ship our coal to domestic markets. And right now, as we speak, West Shore is topped out for export, so we might not have too much of a chance there to retrieve any funds from the export market when West Shore is only 10 million tons. So with that being said, I wanted to make a report to the general public about what's going on with this with the situation. First of all, they came in, they wanted to pay for their everything that they're doing right now. They want to pay their employees, so they're borrowing from COVID funds, which in this case we don't even know how much money we're getting. So how do we even make a statement and saying we're going to pay back 75% of that? We don't even know how much we're going to get. We don't even know if the tribe is qualified for a lot of these this funding. That's number one. And right there, and borrowing from the land buyback money when already that land buyback money was earmarked for the purchase of different purchases on land and economic ventures with the Crow government, the Crow tribe. So with that being said, I wanted to make that known and give you all a heads up that we're sitting in a situation right now where it's not good. It's not good, and for them to have for them to use this COVID-19 and have a meeting and present new legislation, not old legislation, to this special session, and then turn around and not allow the public to be involved in this is downright despicable, the way I look at it. I mean, the public have to be involved. This is your money. These are your resources. You have to be in. That's why we elected these leaders, so then that way they can be there to make these reports. So then that way they can go to the public, talk to the people, and make these decisions based on what the people want, what the people need. Right now, we have a situation here, and we need you to go out and reach out to your representatives. Right now, I understand that there's probably going to be some committee actions, and just like anything else, if everybody was allowed to wear masks and make these decisions, I think the public should have been able to go in there. People that want to be a part of that. Or if you're not going to allow the public to attend these meetings, then broadcast it. Broadcast it live like we're doing right now. We have technology. We can do this. Mr. Chairman, you get on and you speak. Broadcast this. If it's that important to you, then share with the people your intents. Because right now, there's some shady deals going on. This ain't good. We're getting stuck with a stink we're not going to be able to wash off just because somebody wants to get reelected. 8 years in office. He hasn't done nothing for you. Apsaalooke, 8 years in office. He said he didn't have oversight of the monies. He was the secretary of the Crow tribe. And as the secretary of the Crow tribe, his constitutional authority is to have oversight over all executive action. Key word, all executive action, meaning he had oversight, constitutional authority and obligation and responsibility and oversight over all executive action, including funds. Now he's the chairman, and he has signature, sign-off authority, and he has oversight of all these funds. And yet, 8 years, he hasn't done nothing. Think about it. Apsaalooke, think about this. I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm tired of this. We're getting bamboozled. They're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're taking your money, your kids' money, and they're paying themselves. This ain't right. We need to stick up for the ones that can't speak, and we need to be there for them. Right now, there's a $350,000 remodeling of his office that's occurring right now. We all know what that means. That $350,000 account that he established, that's to skim and launder funding that he's going to receive from this COVID funds, if we even get any. A war chest to try to get reelected From what? What did he do? What did you do? Nothing. 8 years in office and nothing to show for it. Apsaalooke, that's embarrassing. We don't need this. Open your eyes. Let's wake up. We believe in God. We believe in good things. This is not good. Make up your mind this day. This day, make up your mind. Shady deals, no more. Be upfront and honest. Yes, that's a new day. We have to continue. We have to come out. If nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. We have to speak up. Our elders are out there. They don't have much. Our kids are out there. They don't have much. We have a global pandemic going on right now, and all we can do is put up checkpoints. We do our best there, but still people are getting in. Nothing's being enforced. Curfews aren't being enforced. Heck, Bighorn County turned around and established a notification that says anybody that goes into Billings has to come back and back into Bighorn County. They have to quarantine for 14 days. We have a chairman that goes there every day, Bighorn County, every other day, or I don't know when he comes around. I've never seen him. And he comes back and forth. He preaches self-distancing, quarantining, but gets on Facebook, and they're sitting right next to each other, telling jokes, telling us something we already know about what's going on, that we already see on Facebook, that we already see in the news. Apsaalooke, open your eyes. We're better than this. We are better than this. We're getting bamboozled. They're pulling the wool over our eyes, or at least trying to. I'm here to tell you that this is wrong. Shady meetings. These meetings are open to the public. They cannot close them. They cannot close these meetings. That's the first red flag right there. And they closed this meeting and then passed action that dealt with your money. Then didn't even give you a notice of what they were going to talk about in any form of an agenda. When are we going to open our eyes? 8 years this chairman has been in office as a secretary for the first 4, as the chairman for this last 4. And we haven't gotten nowhere with him. Think about this. Think about this. Tell your friends, tell your family, talk to your representatives. You deserve the truth. Good night.